There are certain things that narcissists are going to do that are going to get you to question reality. Let that sink in. They're going to just behave. They're going to do things that is going to make you question reality. You'll think, did I just imagine that? Is this normal behavior in relationships? Let me make this clear. No, you didn't. It's not normal. And in this video, I want to talk about 3 things that they do that is just literally so bizarre, so weird, so strange. You want to know what it is? Watch this video. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So 3 things that narcissists do that normal people wouldn't. And I hate using that word normal, but I'm just saying like healthy people, maybe that's the better one. Healthy people wouldn't do this. And there's 3 things that they actually do. No, there's probably more, but obviously I'm not going to make this video really long. So I'm just going to basically say there's 3 things that they do that I would say is a little bit on the strange side. But like I say in most of these videos, we're never really going to understand their behavior. I mean, I've tried to, you know, obviously like years being on the channel, talking about toxic relationships, talking about this subject, and also talking to like thousands of clients. I mean, you'd think I'd try, like I'd understand it, but how can I? I have no idea, because all of this is it's a different level, my friends. It's a different level. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not moments of weakness that you have that you don't understand these people. And it's not even a bad day. These are red flags in 4K. Let's dive in. Okay. The first things first is you've got the fake apology loop. It is a loop. And we don't always know that it is fake. And that even though they're apologizing, you think that they're actually meaning it and they're actually going to do something about it. Because that's what it is. Like, you know, when someone apologizes to you, okay, you say sorry and you mean it and you want to make amends because you know that you've done wrong and you want to make things better. So you've got to take some sort of action. It's not just about saying sorry. You've actually got to take some sort of responsibility for your action and do something about it, right? Narcissists don't do that. They'll say what you want to hear. Because again, that's manipulation. And narcissists will apologize to reset the control. So you'll hear something like, they might say remember I'm just generalizing these terms, so they're not going to say this word for word, but I'm just saying, they're going to say something very similar to, well, I'm really sorry, I feel sorry that you feel that way. I said I'm sorry, what more do you want? Or the classic, can't we just move on already? None of, right, those statements, right, so you're going to hear them like in like different versions. Right, so think about it, right? None of those statements are actually taking responsibility. They're just kind of saying like, meh, whatever, let's just get on with it. They're not taking responsibility for what they have done wrong. So that's why they're going to keep telling you these things, but never take any responsibility and not actually change. But you need to watch their behavior. Remember, humans, they have behavioral patterns, and everybody behaves in these patterns. Once you figure out someone and their behavioral patterns, then you know them, you figured them out. Narcissists are the same. They are very cyclical. So you'll be able to figure it out. And I'm sure when you are ready, or when you really think about it, you'll know what stage they're at. You'll be able to feel it. Because when you really think about it, that fake apology, it doesn't change anything. Nothing happens. Nothing is different. Same behavior repeats. Why? Because the apology wasn't about remorse. It wasn't about change. It wasn't about building, growing together, and they don't actually care. I'll give you an example. One of my clients, again, I've changed the name just to protect her identity, Tasha. Every time that she had caught her ex, narcissist, cheating, he would cry. Yes, my friends, he would cry. He'd write long, emotional texts of how sorry he is and that he would never, ever do it again. 2 weeks later, he's on the dating apps. And he said that I didn't realize that being on these apps is cheating. Really, my friend, really, really. But can you see, this isn't about a sorry. They just fear losing control over you. They're not sorry for what they have done. So again, it's like this stupid apology, like stupid explanations. Come on, you have to be able to see through it. And this is where you see, when you are being controlled, when you stay in these dynamics for longer, it's like this fog that comes over you. It's just, you can't see it for what it is. You can't be yourself. So that's why it makes it really difficult to be able to leave. So when someone is doing this, you have to have the confidence and the resilience to be able to stand up for yourself, because again, that's not showing any boundaries. The other thing that they do is they will value you. They'll put you on a pedestal. It's almost like they worship you. All the attention, everything is on you, only to then put you down, devalue you, and then discard you. So what is that about? Like normal people, like in relationships, that doesn't happen. And I think there's a new term for it called the reverse love bombing. So you know the love bombing at the beginning, the grand gestures, the obsession, the attention, you're my soulmate in week 2. But once you're hooked, they start the devaluation phase. So once they've got this wonderful euphoric moment or place in the relationship, they start to devalue you. Again, why would someone do that? That's very strange. Suddenly you're too sensitive, you're always complaining, you're wrong, you're irritating. Why do they do that? It's basically like emotional whiplash. And your system, okay, your nervous system learns to tolerate the highs and the lows. Why would you do this? The reason why they do this is all about manipulation, and it's all about being able to control you. This is also the beginning of a trauma bond. Because again, the highs, the lows, the euphoria, the depression, the euphoria, the depression. You see this polarization that is happening here. This is destabilizing your nervous system, your adrenals. Because what happens is then you are then become reliant on their validation. This is the trauma bond. You want them to notice you. You want to get back to that good euphoric part of the relationship. But when they are devaluing, when they are being nasty to you, you can't handle it. So you're always craving that positivity. So you see, the reason why they do this is because it's all ego. Their ego, this is how they think. This is what is going on in their mind. So what they are doing is they are just projecting that onto you. That is what is happening. And this is where it becomes very destabilizing, very difficult, very challenging. That's what I'm saying. This isn't a relationship. I mean, what the hell is this? Healthy people communicate. Narcissists control. And the last thing that I want to talk about is how narcissists use your wounds, use your vulnerability against you. They'll listen to your trauma stories because they have provoked you to talk about them. They'll watch how you react, and they file away your insecurities like ammunition to use against you later. And they'll bring it up when you're most vulnerable. So things they might say is like, oh, do you remember when you talked about your absent parent? No wonder you're so clingy. Your body, well, I know it's not where you want to be right now, but why don't you go to the gym? Or maybe why don't you not eat so much? Again, body shaming. You opened up about perhaps maybe childhood abuse. Stop being dramatic. You always play the victim. This is again to squash you, to squash your identity, your confidence, you as a person. You know why someone would do that? Because then they can get control over you. That's why they do this. And that's why this is so damaging, and it leaves scars, emotional scars that nobody else sees. And this is the voices that sometimes you might hear when no one else is around. They know what they're doing. They know that saying this and doing this will make you feel a certain way. This is done on purpose. Be under no illusion, my friends. This is done on purpose. So what you have to remember is that the fake apology loop, all right, they're not going to mean it. You've got the reverse love bombing, to give affection only to take it away. And they're weaponizing your wounds. That's the ultimate betrayal of trust. These are the three things that I would say they're huge that narcissists do. So if you find yourself in a dynamic with someone that is like this, in friends, relationships, family even, you've got to think, like, what am I going to do here? This is where you've got to really put yourself first. And I think spending less amounts of time and boundaries is the main thing here that is going to help you to move forward from this, or to help you to have some sort of power over this. Okay, because I know it's not always possible to go no contact with someone. So this is where I'm saying this is how you regain the responsibility to yourself, but also power over the situation. If you would like to talk about this more and maybe you are experiencing something like this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I also go live on this channel once a week. Please see the community tab for more details as to when I'm going live. And if you have liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That would really help. And also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.